intimate relationships, conversations at your fingertips. Inspiration on a magnet tip, healing communication. Let's get elevated, going to a new level. Relax, sit back, cause we're hanging. We're hanging. Miss Cooper.
You are listening to another episode of Hanging with Miss Cooper. What's good, everybody? So, in a lot of my shows, I try to give advice. I try to, keep it honest and keep it real with you. Well, I've gotten a couple of questions about my relationship and how it changed and it evolved. And some are like, well, how did you get and keep your man? So I'm going to answer that, and I'm going to give you 3 surefire ways to get and keep a man. So in this day and age, most will say that dating and finding a mate is almost impossible. There are so many books and products out there that say they can help you find a mate, but the only thing that it really does is take your money, and you're still single. Yeah, go figure, right? But finding love, that actually isn't that hard to do, believe it or not. It's really and truly isn't. I mean, especially when you know what you're looking for in a mate. So ladies, if you're struggling to find a man who truly loves and appreciates you, I have some solutions for you. But I need you to keep in mind that you have to be really ready and willing to do this work. You have to be really willing to change your mindset. You have to be willing to understand that what you have been doing up until this point isn't and probably won't help you find a successful relationship. And if you're feeling some sort of way about what I'm saying, then you're on the right track already, because I want you to feel some sort of way. So let's just get right into it, okay? Here are my 3 surefire ways to help you get and keep a man. First one, and I'm not holding back when I say this, stop giving away your goodies. Yeah, I said it. You have to stop dressing like a hoe. Stop showing any and everyone that you have a figure and that you know how to dance provocatively. You look stupid out there, just shaking it around for everyone, because it's sending out the wrong signal. You're telling every man out there that you're easy and that you're just a conquest and not an actual life mate. When you dress to show off your body, you're not leaving much to the imagination at all. You're also giving yourself unwanted attention. So you may be thinking that, oh, that one guy is looking at you and that's what you want, but also that same creepy guy in the shadows, he's also looking at you too, and that's not something you really want either. Now, most men will respect you when you're not out here just showing off what your mama gave you. If a man has been raised to be a respectable man, he wants to find a respectable woman. Straight up. You're not going to find a respectable man who is going to see a hoe out there and want to respect her. I mean, there are some cases that happens, but don't think that that's going to happen every single time. Because eventually he'll treat her the way that she's been presenting herself, and then it just starts the ugly cycle all over again. If you're not acting and dressing the part, you're only attracting a man who seriously just wants to hit and quit it. Just that simple. I'll tell you something. When I met my husband, I wasn't dressed like I was in the club. In fact, when we met, I was wearing jeans and a sweatshirt. I was as casual as I could honestly get, because we had met, I'll tell you guys the story in detail later, but when we finally got to know each other, how we actually met is when he picked me up from the airport. Right. So there was nothing glamorous at all about my appearance because I was just fresh off of a 3-hour plane ride. We had our first date in New York City, and even then, I wasn't dressed glamorous either. I looked nice, and he complimented me on my choice in outfit. We had a great time because we were comfortable with each other and what energy the other person was giving off. Now, when we went out on our first date, he was dressed in a casual outfit with a suit jacket. Like, I believe he had on jeans, like a nice button-up shirt, and yeah, just a suit jacket. There was nothing spectacular about what he had on either. And another big thing, we weren't sending each other nude photos. So if I ever decide to run for political office or anything, you're not going to find any of my goodies floating around the internet like that. We have a chemistry that we didn't need to actually send out stuff like that. And I know some of you are like, well, how do you keep it spicy? How do you keep it interesting? There are ways to do that without sending stuff out there that's not needed. You understand? So you can keep the relationship spicy, you can keep it interesting, and you don't have to compromise any of your respect or values. I mean, that's really how that works. Now, one of the biggest factors in my relationship with my husband is he has respect for me. He has respected my mind as well as my body. I didn't have to dress in revealing clothing or dance a certain way to keep him because he noticed right away that I respected myself based on my appearance. And that caused him to respect me and not have to worry about looking at other women. Now, he's a man. Of course he's going to look at other women. But I didn't have to worry about him lusting after another woman because he knew what he had when he met me. So, ladies, if you're dressing a certain way that is attractive to your man, it won't matter if the next woman is out here dancing around naked. He's not going to respect her. Yeah, he's going to look. Because, we look. How many of you, like myself, have a huge crush on celebrities like Shamar Moore or Idris Elba, and you're looking more at their chest or their biceps or their behind when they expose it, right? So if a man can be secure enough with us looking at other men like that, I'm sure we can be the same if they're looking at another woman, but we also know who's going home with whom, right? Yeah, just think about it like that. Number 2, drop your attitudes. Now, ladies, if you think having an attitude is going to keep a man around, you need a serious reality check. A stank attitude is not going to keep a man, and it's not going to get you what you want. If you're just being negative all the time and not wanting to change your ways and mannerisms, there really isn't much help for you. Seriously. You know that saying that they grilled into us as kids in elementary school? Attitude is everything. And that is a true saying. It really is. Attitude seriously is everything. If you have an attitude with a man because he's not doing something for you the way that you want him to, you're eventually going to drive him away. Black women have been notoriously known for their attitudes. Ladies, stop the cycle. Stop teaching your daughters that having an attitude is a good thing. Stop indirectly teaching your daughters that having an attitude will get you what you want. You're teaching bad behavior that will not do anything but promote bitterness and rage later on in life. And when that man sees enough of that, he gets fed up and he walks away. And for you Bible readers out there, like myself, the Bible even says that a woman should not be bitter. And if you don't believe me, go look it up. I always have been told, find it in the Word. Yeah, you need to find it in the Word as well. Don't always rely on someone to quote you a certain verse. Go find it, and you will find so much more information as well. Now, some of y'all are going to really feel some sort of way when I say this. You have to also stop with this whole independent woman attitude. Now, yes, men know that you're an independent woman, and there's nothing wrong with being an independent woman, because I used to say that, yes, I'm an independent woman. But you don't need to announce it every day, every waking hour. A man doesn't need to feel that he's not needed or wanted. Ladies, when you run off the mouth or you try to emasculate a man with your actions and your attitude, you're simply giving him a time limit on when to give up and go find someone else. You ever wonder what leads to cheating or to just lack of trust in a relationship? Things like that. It's the little things that matter. Now, men are taught to help and protect a woman. And God created women to be a helpmate to the man. You can't go around acting or thinking like a man. Yeah, Steve Harvey led us to believe that it's okay to do that. You fell for it. You got played. Because that's not our role at all. Stop acting like it is and watch just how differently things will work out for you. I mean, it really is true. If you change your attitude, if you actually relax and let that man help you, let that man open that door for you. Ladies, even though I'm married to my husband now, and we've been together for going on 4 years now, I still have issues with him opening car doors and stuff for me. And what I mean by issues? I forget that he's going to do it. So I'll open my car door and he gets mad and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's teaching our son, which is his stepson, how to do that for his sister. And it's just like, oh, I didn't think about that. Because I didn't think to teach my son how to do that. So he's learning how to properly take care of a woman by looking out for his sister. And that's what a man is supposed to do. Teach the next on how to take care. And that's how he takes care of me. So I'm learning. I have to check myself every now and then. And it's hard. I won't even lie to you. It's very hard. Especially when you're so used to doing things on your own. But you better let that man do that. That's all I will say on that particular subject. Number 3. Learn to be more like a Proverbs 31 woman. Yeah, I said a Proverbs 31 woman. Again, I need you to go and check that out. A Proverbs 31 woman, a lot of women quote this and know this is probably like the only thing that they know about the Bible if they aren't regularly reading the Word, which you should really change that. You need to read it every day. A Proverbs 31 woman, this woman was a homemaker, a businesswoman, a wife, a mother. I mean, she did it all. She cooked, and I'm saying actually learn how to cook if you don't already know. Cooking is one of the essential things to keeping a good man. Now, my husband personally doesn't like anything from a microwave. So luckily for me, I learned how to cook from my mom and my aunts growing up. And also, in my case, my dad didn't have a microwave in our house until we were teenagers. So I grew up without a microwave in the house. So I know how to make